1 second, please.
Security breach detected.
Gollum, what are you doing?
Responding with full force.
Rising! Stop! Hold! Cease! Desist!
There's the power.
Does not fulfill intelligence requirements. Prepare for termination.
Stop that rusty on the stupidity! Call him off!
I'm trying!
Timey!
Gollum,
Sorry
I'm
about
your
that.
master.
Don't worry about it. All this crunchy old tech's been overstimulated by the influx of magic. Glad you're here. Yeah, I got your letter. Funny, I also sent one to this guy, but he barely made it.
Your note failed to mention how to navigate this Asuran playground.
He got lost trying to find the lab. I had to follow the non-stop stream of char expletives to track him down.
City of the future, my tail.
It's good to see you. I was so happy when I saw your mission was a success. But then I heard about Marshal Traherne.
He saved us all. His sacrifice won't soon be forgotten.
But there's good news too. Ritlock says we're starting a new guild. So exciting!
Glad you're on board.
Of course you are! Someone has to be the brains. Haha, kidding. In all seriousness though, I suspect some of the things I'm working on in this place will come in very handy.
How have you been doing here?
Great, it's fantastic. Well, it was before every Asura and their grand mentor showed up.
At least you have a lot of hands to pitch in at the Dragon Lab.
What do you mean, Commander? I've never heard of this room you describe. Keep it down about the Dragon Lab. I don't want anyone finding out about it. Especially...
Hello, progeny.
Counselor Flunt, how lovely to see you. I'm so pleased you didn't end up on a Chalk's breakfast menu this morning.
You can stow the dim insults. They'll never be clever enough to wound me. Now, have there been any new developments today?
Why, none that I can think of.
Allow me to warn you about keeping secrets from me, progeny. My wrath is as fierce as my intellect.
Oh, that sounds terrifying. I wouldn't dream of hiding something from you, Counselor. I'm totally hiding something from him. Let's head there now, but not the way you know. We're going through the gate. I've configured it to appear as if we're going to the command center, but we're really going to you-know-where. Except there's a catch. You have to outsmart the security measures.
You're joking, right?
Not this time. Give it a shot and I'll observe. See if you can crack the code. I'll give you a hint. Do exactly as you're told.
Unidentified user. Security measures activated. Enter passcode. Interact with the console only if you are an approved user.
Must be love.
More like marriage.
System reset. Enter passcode. Phase 1 of 5 complete. Phase 2 commencing now. Enter passcode. Phase 2 complete. complete. Enter passcode. Phase 4 complete. Enter passcode. Incorrect.
Yikes! What's causing that?
This place is an accident waiting to happen.
System reset. Enter passcode. Phase 1 of 5 complete. Phase 2 commencing now. Enter passcode. Phase 2 complete. Enter passcode. Phase 3 complete. Enter passcode. Phase 4 complete. Enter passcode. Final phase complete. Passcode accepted. Gate relay 04687 activated.
That's our cue. You cracked the code. Let's go. Sorry to put you through that. I need to keep people who may or may not be named Flunt out of here.
Now that the subterfuge is out of the way, can we get to what you called us here for?
Yes, this is a replica of the leyline energy map we found outside of Tarir. I've been tracking the movement of magic since Mordremoth's death. It's been in total chaotic flux. Here, there, everywhere. See, that dot is the egg chamber. It lit up like a Lunar New Year firework after the dragon went bye-bye. But as you can see here, the egg's doing great.
What are we looking at? A feed of the egg chamber?
Yeah, the Exalted and the Rada Novans shared a ton of information. They must have helped them design their security system.
And then you broke into it.
No, I utilized it to check on the egg.
So you broke into it?
Hey, we're all friends, right? I don't think they'd mind. Maybe just don't mention it around any floaty gold people.
Do you have access to surveillance all over Tarir?
Back to the leyline map. So this other point is... Huh, that's new. The northern bloodstone dot is flaring up. I'll have to keep an eye on that.
The spot where Mordremoth died looks like it's cooling down a little.
Yeah, a lot of that energy's been put back into the system. I'm trying to model its patterns, but this map isn't built for detailed readings. Yet. In the meantime, look at this.
What is it?
Not to toot my own warbler or anything, but I killed a chalk or two in my time alone here. Since the others don't know about this place, I couldn't ask to have defenses installed. So they pop up every once in a while when the lab's drawing a lot of power.
Like those?
Exactly! Get 'em!
My keeping.
Accelerate!
Timmy, you gotta stop eating cookies in your lab.
I think they smell the organ I harvested. Might be one of
yet!
Gaining adrenaline! Adrenaline at maximum volume! Way to exterminate! Don't worry about their goo. I'll clean that up later. Anyway, this thing is some sort of organ I found in one of the larger ones. It's part of their digestive system, and as you know, they feed on ley energy, so it got me curious.
Any valuable findings yet?
None I can explain right now. I ran some ley energy through it, and it came out different on the other side.
Different?
I'm not really sure how just yet. It was barely measurable with the equipment I have. I need to develop some other device to actually observe the phenomenon.
What's that sludge you're keeping it in?
Blighting pod fluid. Remember that stuff? It has wonderful preservative and even restorative properties.
Fluid. From the blighting pods. The things that made horrible Mordrim abominations out of corpses.
So you do remember it?
Timey, do you think maybe that might be a bad idea?
You worry too much. In research, there's no reward without risk. And if I'm gonna stay one step ahead of everyone outside this lab, I have to take a lot of risks. But one thing I can't risk is staying away from the main lab too long. It arouses suspicion. Let's go.
I got your back. You first.
Don't worry about Tiny beating us to it. Blunt assures me he has her under his thumb. From what I hear, Tiny has an advantage. I'd excel if I had such as a mentor too.
Did you see where Tiny and that odd crew of hers went?
The criminals are all buzz about some group called the White Mantle. They're so short-sighted.
I didn't capture it all, but I got some of the data in their crew notes. And another child here. That's multiple in one day. I'm going to sneak a look at Tiny's equipment. Watch my back. Poor kid. Stuck out here without her golem? I don't know how she does it.
Tiny? Yeah, cute as a bug. If my son were here, I'd introduce them. Imagine the progeny.
The leader of the Vigil? Oh my, she's pretty impressive.
Don't count him, but I secretly call him Blunt, because he is. Tiny got a raw deal on that waypoint device.
I heard Sosha's scrambled, drooling. Explains why Tiny's out here on her own.
It's just
I was
Tiny's
told I'd
friends
find the
again.
Pact commander here. Anyone? Were they wrong?
General Soulkeeper, this is quite a surprise. What brings you to Rada Novus?
You do, Commander. I've come here to offer you a new position within the Pact. The marshal rank is, vacant. And we want you to fill it.
This is an honor.
I'm glad you view it in that light. The Pact is hanging on by a thread.
I see.
I can tell you're having your doubts, so let me just be upfront about the role. Certain Pact elements feel like Marshal Traherne's mistake was going out into the field and getting himself killed. The new Marshal would be planted safely in an office in Lion's Arch, still leading the troops, but out of harm's way.
As flattered as I am by your offer, I'm going to have to respectfully decline, General. After our Mordremoth battle, I believe I, Ritlock, and the others would be more effective operating as our own guild.
I understand the decision on your early retirement, although I'm disappointed. I still believe in the Pact's goal.
I do too, and I'll always be ready to lend a hand. It'll just be outside the system.
Out from under a mountain of paperwork, you mean?
Laugh it up, No Eyes. I have something for you, too. A letter from the Black Citadel. You must have really brushed some higher-ups the wrong way.
Are you sure you want to just crumple that up and throw it away?
Why not? It's what I did with the last two.
What did I hear? You're not in the Pact anymore? Wait, what do I call you? Kuba?
No. How about we just stick with Commander for now?
Technically, it's a title for life, so you're welcome to it.
What was that?
Sound good.
Quick, let's go see what's happening.
Protect the counselors! Run! It's a crazy Silvari!
Timing. Is that another one of your friends?
What happened?
I came in through the caves because I couldn't find the gate. I wasn't expecting such an enthusiastic welcome.
Did you see that? Blood was so mad, even his fleas jumped ship. And now you're my hero.
Why the surprise visit?
I'm here answering the call.
But Mordremoth's dead. We killed...
Oh, it's not the Drungle Dragon's call. This time it's Anis's.
Still holds your billet, eh?
She does. But certain messy events have transpired, and I'm assured that if I clean them up, my billet will be released, and I'll once again be free from any yoke.
How can I help?
Minister Cauticus recently left the Queen's protective custody. Anis sent me and a squad of Shining Blade to help the good minister find his way back to Divinity's Reach.
Any idea on his whereabouts?
There's been a flare-up of White Mantle activity in northern Maguma, and intel points to him possibly heading there.
That's the crazy magical hotspot we saw up by the Bloodstone.
I thought the minister claimed to not be in bed with those Mersat lovers.
Didn't we all?
Ritlock, get word to the others. Marjorie might be getting a little restless in Divinity's Reach and want in on the action.
Commander, if you like, you can hitch a ride on my airship. It's on our way. We can drop you off.
Now that's an offer I can't turn down, General.
Perfect. I'll grab my Shining Blade detachment and meet you there.
Let's get underway.
Commander's destination ahead. Looks like we're in for quite a...
We're not flying into that scramble, are we?
My God, grow a backbone. Scared of a little weather? All hands, full reverse! On your feet. We survived. Somehow.
Taimi? How are you? Where are you?
I'm in your bag. I put a two-way communicator in there when you were in Rada Novus.
I don't really have time for this. Something
The map just went crazy, and it's where you were going. Are you there?
Yeah, I don't...
Okay, magic levels that high could be super hazardous, like X's for eyes hazardous. But I may have a solution. Based on some of Zin's old Rada Novan research, I've devised a way for you to counter certain types of magical threats. It might take a second to get used to, so train.
Thanks, Taimi. We'll talk about this thing you bugged me with later.
Oops, lab fire, gotta go!
Our forward propulsion shorted out. What was that?
I think... It's hard for me to actually say, but... I think a bloodstone just exploded.
A bloodstone? Then how are we still alive?
Good question. But others might not have been so lucky. I'm going down to scout for survivors. See if I can piece together what happened and why the blast reversed itself.
Watch your back and let me know what you find out. We'll try to get this bird running again.
The repair crews are doing delicate
Canuck was supposed to meet me.
Unpredictable, Captain.
Hope he and his troops were out of range.
I know it wasn't natural. That's not how nature works, changing its mind at the last minute. Nature plows on through.
You've got a point. Somebody must have been messing with energies that
Ah! Members of the Pact!
Bloodstones! Slit your throat!
Commander, are you still alive?
They've been consumed by bloodstone magic. May they find their place in the eternal alchemy. White mantle. But they're different.
The magic is mine.
Be ready to run.
Getting healthy. Give me something to pummel.
You can't stop me!
A large chunk of the bloodstone is still intact. And these foul things. This bloodstone must have been larger than anyone imagined. What could have caused it to explode?
Fairly deadly blast.
The blast released spirits from the bloodstone. If I remember my Human History Symposium correctly, they're victims sacrificed by the White Mantle.
Adrenaline rising!
Beware. These spirits suffered for centuries. They won't know friend from foe. Those White Mantle left them behind.
I've never seen an explosion collapse on itself like that. Magic was inches from my face, and then it suddenly shot into the ground. You think a dragon was responsible?
I'm not sure yet. That's what I'm here to investigate. I want to get into that crater and find out why the blast reversed and where the magic went.
Easier said than done. The area is swarming with White Mantle. We sent a patrol, but only one soldier made it back, and she's, not well.
What's wrong with her?
She was hit with magic unlike any we've seen. On the outside, she's fine, but it twisted her inside something fierce. She can barely move. She's been raving about floating purple stone monsters ever since she got back.
Stone creatures? That rings a White Mantle bell. Can you reach the Priory and see what they know about them?
Sure thing, Commander.
Have you seen Canuck?
Who?
I've got a feeling
He's a
the damage is
Sylvari.
far flung.
Tough but well-spoken,
Probably
medium
call
build,
for backup.
bit cranky.
I don't know if there's
Can't say that I have. But I did see Kaith run through here like a centaur on fire. She wouldn't stop for anything. Just hauled tail through the war zone and was gone like that.
Thank you. I'll let the General know you're down here.
I swear I won't harm you.
Is it as bad as it looks down there?
It's not good. White Mantle hit in the blast are mad with hunger for magical energy. They gather any scrap they can find.
The White Mantle? Could they have done this? And to what end?
I don't know. Maybe it was an experiment gone wrong. Maybe it was supposed to empower all of them and it went awry.
Whoever it was, we owe them our gratitude. That blast would have hit Lion's Arch, and they just rebuilt the place.
I'd hold off on the thanks until we know what their motive is. There's a pact squad down there. They've already established a camp and are trying to get a foothold in the area.
That's what I'd like to hear.
Well, it's not all good news. Some other pact members were also caught in the blast.
Just what the pact didn't need. More dead soldiers.
They're not dead, but they've been twisted by bloodstone magic just like the White Mantle.
They don't deserve that. They deserve peace.
I understand. I'd want the same if the roles were reversed.
Thank you, Commander.
Continue investigation.